What's up, Battle Squad? Logan Battles here, and yes, I got the new haircut as you can see right now. I got it earlier today, so awesome. I love it. Anyway, so for this video, I'm going to be reacting to the first official trailer for How to Train Your Dragon, the live-action remake that is coming out later this year. I've already said that this would be the video I would react to after my reaction to the big game trailer for Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts. And I will say, though, that in my last video that I would post this one later yesterday, but by the time I uploaded my last video, it was already getting too late, so I didn't get to do this one right away after I posted my Thunderbolts reaction. So I decided to do this one tonight. And yeah, that's it. Anyway, so I figured we just get right on to it. So without any further ado, let's get into my reaction to the first official trailer for How to Train Your Dragon, the live-action remake. Alright, here we go!
We're all descendants of the finest dragon fighters from everywhere the Vikings ever traveled. These beasts are a threat to all of our lands. It's time, Echo.
I have to kill you. I will, because I'm a Viking. Hear that? I'm a Viking!
Man, I gotta say.
It's okay. I won't hurt you.
Wow. That's amazing.
Maybe they're not as bad as we think they are.
In case you forgot, our parents' war is about to become ours. Figure out which side you're on.
There's the dragon.
We've killed hundreds of us!
And we've killed thousands of them! Toothless, no! He's a friend! You all need to see this. I'm not one of them.
Wow, you've lost everything. Your father, your tribe, your best friend. What are you gonna do about it?
Probably something stupid.
Well, you've already done that.
And something crazy. What's up to us?
Us?
Stick with me. All right, bud, you ready? Come on! Here it comes!
Nice.
The terrible terror!
It's like the size of my...
Well, at least we got that. So yeah, this is a solid trailer, I will tell you. I do enjoy it thoroughly. I will say, however, that, I mean, really, the special effects, especially on Toothless, I mean, sure, yes, he is a CGI and all special effects and all, but still, it's some good CGI on Toothless, I'm not gonna lie. Like, wow, they did a very good job on him, as well as all the other dragons, as it would seem from this trailer. So far, Universal has nailed it on that. You know, making the dragons look just about as realistic as possible. Making them look as though they look real, and not CGI, even though they are CGI. And I do like that approach, you know, giving fans the illusion that, you know, these creatures are look real, and that they probably are real when they're not. They're just CGI, but they don't look like CGI. I do like that. It sort of tricks the mind of certain viewers, and Yeah, I do like that approach. It's very interesting. And everybody else in here look really good and probably look just about like how the characters look in the animated versions. Hiccup, Astrid, Snotloud, Rough Nut and Tough Nut. And who was the other character? I can't remember his name. Oh God. It's been so long that I haven't even watched the animated Dragon, How to Train Your Dragon movies in years. The last one, which was The Hidden World, was released 6 years ago, back in 2019. It's 2025 right now. That means the last one came out 6 years ago, and we are already getting a live action version of How to Train Your Dragon, which is quite insane. And even more interestingly than that, Gerard Butler comes back as Stoic, this time playing the live action version of his character, Stoic. Like, he was from the original How to Train Your Dragon movies, and now he's coming back in this live action remake as that same character, just in live action version this time. And that does sound familiar. I'm trying to think of another movie that has an actor from an animated movie or movie series comes back as that same character, but in a live action version. I'm trying to think of what that movie is, but I can't put my finger on it. Yeah, the special effects here look great, especially on the dragons. The actors and actresses here look just about exactly like how the characters look in the animated versions. Hiccup, Toothless, everything looks great. Now, with all that being said, I do have certain opinions about the fact that this live-action remake is coming out of How to Train Your Dragon. And my opinions are very mixed about this live-action version. Like, on one hand, I do like the idea of having another movie, How to Train Your Dragon, but have it be live-action so that we get to see characters be real, be actual, real people in real life, and then have the dragons be, CGI creatures to interact with that are not real, but CGI nonetheless. I do like that idea, but on the other hand, we just had the last How to Train Your Dragon movie coming out 6 years ago, like I just said. 6 years ago in 2019, and we're getting a live action version. I don't know about this one. It just feels to me like this is an attempt made by a studio like Universal, who is distributing for this movie, as a cash grab attempt to get fans, especially those of the How to Train Your Dragon animated trilogy, to come see this one. It just comes off to me like a double-edged sword. Like, there are some good things that I see about this live-action remake of How to Train Your Dragon, and there are some not-so-good things that I see about this live-action How to Train Your Dragon remake. And a part of me hopes that this film does really well and that it does exactly what it's supposed to do as a remake, a live-action remake of an animated film that came out more than a decade ago. But I gotta be honest, I can't help but feel like that Universal is gonna put this live-action remake on the same route towards disappointment for fans as Disney put the live-action Lion King remake on, which is disappointment, a road to disappointment for many fans, certainly me. I was so very disappointed with how the Lion King remake turned out. It was basically the same as the animated version. It didn't do very well critically, financially. It made a lot of money, that's true, but it didn't do well with fans, as well as critics. And I certainly hope that this film doesn't go into that same route that the live-action Lion King remake went, because of how great of a movie it is, how classic and iconic it is, and how it is pretty much the standard of every Disney movie that has ever been made. So all in all, it just, in terms of this trailer, just by the looks of this trailer, it's really good. It looks really good, and I dig it. It sure does want me to go check out How to Train Your Dragon. However, I can't help but talk about the fact that this is a live-action remake of How to Train Your Dragon. I mean, think about it. A remake is a movie that is much like its predecessor, but in a different category, whether if it was animation or live action, and makes different tweaks here and there with the characters and setting and story development, all that, and tell the story, but in a much different way from its predecessor. That is pretty much how a remake works, right? Because if a remake is exactly like its animated predecessor, or even animated predecessor for that matter, it's pretty much the same movie as its predecessor, and I don't want that. And a lot of people don't want that. Now, I don't want Universal to, make the story for How to Train Your Dragon in this remake version much different, to the point where they basically alienate the audience to seeing a much different movie. No, but what I am saying is that Universal, if I were in charge, I would do tell the same story, but in a much different way, and then do different tweaks here and there with the characters and the setting and the special effects and pretty much everything else in general. And try not to make this movie be exactly the same copy and paste type of movie as its predecessor was. That is all I'm saying. Either way, this movie is coming out and we're getting it. So whether if we're anticipating for it or not, there will be people out there who will go see it. Mostly families and such. So there is that. Anyway, guys, that is my reaction to the official trailer, first official trailer, mind you, for How to Train Your Dragon, the live-action remake. My next video will be yet another trailer reaction. This time, however, I will be reacting to the second trailer for Until Dawn. I reacted to the first trailer for it, and I will be reacting to this trailer in my next video, so stay tuned. Oh, and I will also post my Sunday Thoughts video after that, tomorrow. You'll be getting both videos from me tomorrow, because tomorrow is Easter. So, happy early Easter, I guess, right? Anyway, that is all for now. I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a great week, Battle Squad, and as always, fight the good fight. If you enjoy what you see here, click like on this video, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on that bell icon so that you don't miss my newest videos. I will see you next time.